Trevor here, Total Package Speed, Strength and Conditioning. Thank you for joining us today. Today I'm going to be taking you guys through a fundamental workout on lateral movement. So we'll take you through a warm-up, teach you a couple of things, we're going to have some fun, we're going to get a sweat, and we're going to get faster. First thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to go over a warm-up. So depending on what type of space you guys have, where you are, we're going to do a couple laps to start. So here we've got about 5 yards paced out. Normally with our athletes, we would do about 20 yards. So right now we'll just kind of go back and forth just a couple of times. We'll do a couple different laps. But again, depending on what type of space you have, you would obviously make this a lot longer. So after we've done a couple of laps, the first thing we're going to do is butt kicks. When you do your butt kicks, you want to try to stay on the balls of your feet. You want to try to keep your abs tight, pump your arms. You want to pull your heels right up to your butt. Nice tall chest, pump the arms. So we'll do that one more time, because again, normally we would do this about 15 to 20 yards. Okay, next, we're going to do high knees. When we do our high knees, again, abs tight, balls of your feet, keep the arms pumping, nice tall chest. So again, we'll do this one twice. Okay, good job. Now we're going to slow it down. We're going to go high kicks, just walking high kicks. So, nice straight leg, kick right up, take a step. When we do this one, we want to try to kick about head level at least. Make sure we're not rounding our back. So straight up. Okay, next one, karaoke. When we do the karaoke, you're going to bring your leg behind, come in front, snap that knee up, drive it back down. So it's going to look something like this. We'll go back. We'll do that one more time. So make sure that knee snaps right up and then over. Okay, now we're going to slow down a little bit. We've got a glute bridge, so it's going to find a spot on the ground. So laying back, keep your feet nice and flat. You can put your arms out to the side. All I'm going to do is keep my abs nice and tight, squeeze my glutes, hips up to the ceiling. Nice big breath, right back down. We'll go for 10, making sure our feet are pointed straight ahead, knees are in a good line, head is back on the ground, abs are tight. We're making sure we're not overly extended our lower back. Alright, next up, we've got our leg kicks. This will be the last one in the warm-up today. So, both legs nice and straight, arms out, palms down. We're going to kick our leg straight up, both legs nice and straight. Make sure our head is back, lower back stays flat on the ground. And we'll do about 10 on each side. You're really going to feel it in the back of your hamstring there. All right, great job, guys. Moving on to the workout. All right, guys, so great job. Finish the warm-up. Should have the heart rate elevated a little bit. Get a little bit of a sweat going, we're feeling warm, we're moving. So now we're going to move on to the workout. First thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to teach you guys just a couple of fundamental points. Not too much because I don't want to overload you right now, but we'll give you 3 solid points on how to start for lateral movement. So first thing we want to do, we want to get in a good athletic position. So our feet should be about just slightly outside of shoulder width position, okay? So again, when I squat down, I'm in a good power pose. So from the side. Abs tight, okay? That's one of the biggest things you can do no matter what we're doing. If it's linear speed, lateral speed, being an athlete in general, tight core, that's the foundation. So from here, okay, I'm trying to shift my weight back a little bit, just so I'm not coming forwards. So once I'm here, if I'm going to my right side, my right foot is going to slide back, tiny bit, just a little bit, a couple inches. So then from here, if I'm here, I'm ready to move out to the side. So the first one is a side shuffle, okay? And then if I'm going to my left, same thing. Shoulder width, slide that left foot back just a little bit. Abs are tight, I'm in a good powerful position where I feel like I can go forwards, backwards, right, left, doesn't matter. So then from here, I would side shuffle to my left. So we're gonna come over to the first cone. I'm gonna get set up. I'm going to straddle the cone, which just means right in the middle. Now, from here, we've got 5 yards set up, okay? If you're at home and you don't have a ruler, a measuring stick, or anything to figure out your 5 yards, you just take 5 big steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's a ballpark 5, that's good. I've been doing this for a while, so I'm pretty dead on. So when we get started, again, right foot back, because I'm going to my right. Gonna get a good pose, my abs are tight, I'm engaged, I'm feeling like I'm ready to spring out to the side. So from here, I want to pump my arms, I don't want to pop up, I want to try to maintain an even level as I go across. So slow, it would be out to the side. Now, I'm going to touch the ground, okay? This one's going to be a little bit more advanced. We want to try to keep our body weight coming back the way I'm about to go. So that means if I'm trying to come back to my left, I obviously don't want to be loaded up on my right side like this, touching the cone and then having like a whiplash effect when I come back. So again, when we side shuffle, nice and low, I'm getting down, my momentum, my weight is all shifted back this way, so I can touch and then side shuffle back to this cone. Once I get back here, the exact same rules apply. Now I'm shifting back to my right, touching with my outside hand at each cone. So, we're gonna do a full speed one here. We're gonna go touch, 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 touch. That's one set. Then we're gonna do that 4 times. Then we're gonna flip the opposite way. So, first one, down and back twice. So I'm here, nice and quick. Okay, that's gonna be 1, okay? So I'm gonna go 3 more facing this way, then I'm gonna turn around, 3 more facing the opposite way, okay? Good job, guys. Hopefully that felt pretty quick. And again, this is the first time doing it. It's an incredible amount of coordination, just learning that body control, body awareness, to be able to kind of start, stop, shift your momentum on a dime, come back the other way. It takes a lot of practice, okay? That's why we want to hammer the fundamentals. So if you need more practice on that, we can do another set, we can do another 2 sets, or again, practice at any other time. You can do this before you warm up for games, for practices, workouts, whatever. Now, for the next one, if you have a hurdle at home, any hurdle will do. If not, you can have like a box, you can put your backpack, it really doesn't matter, you just have to jump over something. So, for this one, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna be on one side. Now, again, kind of like we talked about with like our butt kicks, our toe touches, we wanna be balls of our feet, okay? As an athlete, we really don't wanna be flat-footed when we're doing stuff. We wanna try to stay agile, stay ready, to either open up our hips, make a sprint, make a jump, whatever it is, okay? We want to be reactive. So for this one, again, abs nice and tight. I'm gonna squat down to start, okay? Just our power position. Now, I want to pump my arms at the same time that I extend my hips forwards to jump over the cone, or in this case, the hurdle. So I'm gonna go nice and fast. You'll see when I land, I'm doing what we call attacking the ground. As my feet are coming down from that jump, I'm already pushing into the floor to bounce back the other way. So I'm trying to get minimum ground contact time, which just means I want to try to stay in the air as much as I can, not on the floor. So, pumping my arms, keeping my abs tight. I'll do a couple slow ones, then we're going to start picking it up. So I jump. So every single jump should look the exact same, kind of like a robot. When I'm jumping up, my arms come forwards, they come backwards, so that when I land, I'm ready to drive up again. So up, back down, swing. Just like we're pretending to do a vertical jump, whether we're doing fitness testing, volleyball, basketball, anything. Okay, so for the workout, we're doing 10 jumps per side. So make it easy. Every time I land back in my starting position, 1 rep, okay? So nice and quick. And good. So we're gonna do that 4 times on the left, then we're gonna take a little break, 4 times on the right. When I'm going, guys, make sure we're not going super, super wide, so my jumps shouldn't be out to the side. The other thing you'll notice, I'm not stomping. I want to try to be nice and light on my feet, okay? Try that out. Hopefully that went pretty well. And again, if not, just remember, we've got a long way to go. First day doing our fundamentals. It's okay to kind of feel like you don't have it down pat just yet. Again, we've been doing this for a long time, guys, and there's a ton that goes into this. But the better we get, the more we practice, the faster we get a bunch of good results, okay? It's all about that progress. So, moving on to the next one. A lot of you guys probably haven't done this in a training setting before. It's called the crossover, okay? We do this in sport all the time. So when we take it into like a fitness training setting, try to be athletic, we're gonna practice this up. So when it comes to sports, no matter what sport it is, you're gonna notice some really good, solid results from it. So, back to our first cone. Again, everything is gonna be a 5-yard distance today. We get in our power pose position, okay? So again, good powerful position. I want you guys to feel like you could go any direction, okay? We're feeling ready to adapt. Now again, I'm going to my right. Remember what we said before? Right foot goes back. If I go to my right, if I was to go to my left, left foot goes back. Now here, it's kind of like the karaoke, but everything is in front of us. So I'm not bringing my foot behind. We'll do a slow rep. So I'm starting, good position, abs tight. I have a solid base. I'm going to my right. I'm going to pump my arms. So crossover, everything's in front. So again, it would be one big crossover. I'm pushing with my bottom foot, taking that step. Pushing with my top foot, pushing with my bottom foot. Everything stays in front, so I'm never going behind. A lot of you guys are doing this, are gonna go behind, and that's okay. We're gonna fix it. So, once I do get that crossover, I'm gonna touch the cone, cross over back. So, Every time I cross over, always facing the same direction for the first time we do it, then we're gonna flip sides, do the opposite. So right now we cross over, we touch the ground, cross over back, touch the ground, one more time cross over, down and back. So it's down, back, per set. We're gonna do that 4 times, then we're gonna flip. So let's go through it again. This one will go a little bit faster. So as I'm here, power pose, abs tight, opposite arm, opposite leg. So cross, touch, touch. So when we finish the drill, okay, just carry that out. You don't have to stop right away. Kind of carry your momentum into a bit of a run. Smooth deceleration, always key for speed training and agility training. Crossover part down, we're going to go into a little more depth about the way we should be turning on each end. So when I'm coming through, okay, it was pretty quick. My first foot is about a yard away from the cone, okay? I'm trying to keep that foot straight ahead, so my hips should be relatively square. That just means I'm not turning into a sprint, it's still a crossover. Once I get to this cone here, all of my weight should be on my pivot foot, which means my center of mass should be closer to my left leg than it would be to my right leg, okay? So that's what we talk about, having a quick transition back to the cone that I'm about to go, or if I'm in sport, if somebody's making a cut, I want to stay with them, or if I want to break free, same idea. So from here, my outside hand is going to touch, and then it goes into an arm swing back to the other side. Again, touch, right back to the other side, but we always want to stay low. We don't want to stand up, because if I stand up, most of my weight is going to shift on this outside foot, and you can see here, this doesn't look very athletic. We want to try to avoid that. And again, that drill, there's a ton that goes into this one. You're going to be practicing this one for a while, but we're going to get it. Great job so far, guys. I know we've crammed a lot into a pretty short amount of drills, but again, fundamentals today. We got to learn the slow approach to really, really fast speed, okay? Again, hammer the fundamentals. You're going to see a ton of progress, I promise you. Now, what we're going to do is a little bit of core. We're going to do one exercise. If you know total package, speed, strength, and conditioning, you know combo core. So you're going to grab a squat. So we're really combining 4 ab exercises into one. So this is great for speed, building core strength, lateral transitioning, everything. Again, I talked about this before, that core strength fundamental. If your abs are tight, you have a solid foundation, everything's going to get better. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to lay down, okay? Our back stays nice and flat. My knees are up at 90 degrees, okay? My toes pointed up at the ceiling and slightly back towards me. Now, I'm going to put my hands behind my head. Make sure I'm not ever cranking my neck up, okay? We want to try to have a neutral neck position. So I always kind of put my hand just on my ears. I don't actually hold them, but I put them beside. So what we're going to do is going to bring our left elbow, crunch up to our right knee. I reset my position. I crunch my right elbow up to my left knee. I reset my position. Reach through my legs, touch my heels, reach back, straighten my legs up, reach up, touch my toes. Now that's 1 rep. We don't want to blend this exercise together. So again, it should be crunch, back down, touch your heels, touch your toes. Elbow, elbow, heels, and toes. Make a nice little song as you're burning up the abs. So we're gonna perform 12 reps. And again, there's no rush. Just make sure that we don't blend it all together. So each part of those exercises, separate. So we're gonna do 12 reps, take a break. We're gonna do that 2 more times, okay? Good luck. So hopefully, after the combo core, we're feeling the core muscles a little bit. You should be able to feel like a good amount of abs. That should have been a good challenge. And again, the better you get at the combo core or any sort of ab exercise, just try to like squeeze those muscles a little more. We want to make sure we never use like momentum to do the exercise for us. So control it. You can kind of pause in the air, make it a little bit tougher. I know a lot of you guys, that's probably what you're asking for. So now we're going to get into a little bit of a cool down. We're going to do a couple of mobility drills, and then we're going to do a little bit of a stretch. So first thing we're going to do is a nice little high knee pull. So after an agility session or speed training session, it's pretty normal for us to have like a little bit of hip flexor tightness, our groins, quads, calves. So we're going to try to target those areas. So for the first one, I'm going to grab my knee, so just under my knee. I'm going to pull that knee right up nice and high, up onto the toes. So stride right up. When I'm doing this one, I want to make sure I'm not coming down. So again, core tightness, big theme, right up. Take a step, take 2 steps, whatever you want. Just get a nice pull. Okay, then we're going to do a little bit of a quad stretch. So for the quad stretch, I'm going to grab on, pull my heel to my butt. You can reach up nice and tall. Now one major thing, I'll come in front so you can see. When we do the quad stretch, we don't want to just do this, okay? This is not the same as keeping our legs down and actually stretching that quad. So keep that in mind as we go along. So nice little quad stretch. You can reach straight up if you want. One more. Okay. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a hip circle. So we're going to go wide stance, toes straight ahead. Okay, I'll show you from the side now that we know our starting position. So from here, I want to try to keep my back flat, so a neutral spine, abs tight. I'm going to lean forwards. I'm going to pivot to the side like I'm doing a gigantic circle. Right down and back up. We're going to go 5 each way. So you can go alternating, or you can do all 5 in a row. You're going to feel hamstrings, a little bit of adductor, maybe a little hips at the top. About 5 each way. Last one. All right. Okay. Now we're going to have a seat. So we're going to start out, bottom leg nice and straight. We're going to cross our top leg over. Okay. Nice tall chest. So my backhand is pushing up. Okay. I want to try to drive my elbow on the other side of my knee. Again, flat back. And I'm pulling that knee across, but I'm also twisting away from my knee. So we should feel that right down the back. And like all stretching, nice big, deep breaths, relax. And you can hold that one anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, or you can just count it in breaths where you go one deep breath. Do that for about 10. Then we're going to do a hamstring stretch. So a lot of people have quite a bit of difficulty touching their toes, doing a hamstring stretch. No, we're going to try to work on that. So I keep my legs straight out together, trying to point my toes back at my head. Then I'm going to controlled reach out. I want to try to touch my toes. Now, you're going to feel a little bit of a stretch. It's an uncomfortable pain. That's fine. You got to try to embrace that. Try to breathe through it. You gotta find your happy place, okay? So everyone just try to channel it up. Big deep breath in. Big breath out. Each time you guys exhale, you can try to reach a little bit more, okay? So whatever's comfortable, but you have to relax your body. If I can only get to here and it's really, really tight, really tense, and I'm like, okay, Trev, like you gotta stop, I can't do it. You gotta relax. Just start out a little. Breathe, okay? Flexibility is massive for everybody, not just athletes, okay? So we gotta work on that. Eventually we'll be able to get out pretty far. So that one you guys can do every day, after workout, after practice. Doesn't take long to get pretty solid at that one. And then the last one we do, we're gonna do a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. So I'm gonna go on one knee down, one knee up. So from here, I'm going to try to keep my abs nice and tight, chest up tall. I'm going to squeeze the glute muscle on my back leg, try to push my hips forwards at the same time, and I'm going to feel that in that back hip flexor. So if I show you this way, so I'm here, back glute muscle is squeezed, and I'm feeling that right in that hip pocket. Nice tall chest. If you need more of a stretch, you're going to reach that arm straight up. Big deep breaths. So again, I'm not leaning back or I'm arching my back too much. I'm trying to keep nice and neutral, nice and tall, reach straight up. And then from here, you're going to put both hands on the floor, lots of length through my spine. Okay, so I'm not back here trying to push my hips forward still. Now I'm going to feel that on my front leg, so I'll just flip around, show you guys that one from the other side. So again, here, push forward. Both of my hands are on the inside of my knee and my foot. Lots of length through that spine, and I'm feeling it right under that leg. So, same deal, we'll do both sides. Again, about 10 deep breaths. You can hold this one for as long as you want. Big deep breaths in. Back flat, back glute is engaged, reach straight up. Again, for this one, we should feel that right in that hip pocket. Once that starts to feel good, again, we reach forwards. All right, so that's going to conclude it for today's workout. Again, thanks for joining us here at Total Package Speed, Strength, and Conditioning. Had a blast. Look forward to seeing you guys again. Great job.